Anyway, so if this is, and this actually looks like a pretty sweet play. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm being really careful about where I place those trends, and no matter really how you slice it or dice it, you're up against resistance right now. So if this is a bear flag on Apple, I would look for this gap to fill. Watch for probably a 50% bounce, 144.80, probably a little bit of chop in there, and then a leg down 140.25, 141 and 140 25. So. Ever trade the NASDAQ? Never heard of it. Yes, I've traded that. So watch for that. If not, the only target that I have right now, if you do, let's say, pull back and then push back up, I've got a large target at 147.75, and then the gap fill happens at 149, 22. So a lot of the times before we dump, we go and touch our hourly 200-day EMA, and it's been a while since we've done so. So that could be the next move is up to the 149.65, and then tapping 150. So we'll see how we open up. Alrighty, y'all. So let's just go over the news really quickly. So, U.S. stock index futures were in the green following an upbeat overnight retail earning outlooks on European shares, as easing bets about aggressive interest rate hikes by central banks lifted sentiment. Japan's Nikkei ended higher, tracking an overnight Wall Street rally, and gold prices gained. The dollar edged up, and oil prices dropped. China's Pinduoduo beats quarterly revenue estimates. Gap slashes forecast on inflation, rips demand. Old Navy, of course, has pulled back on that. Costco margin hit by rising freight and labor costs. Their shares have slipped. And then Chevron union signed tentative pact to end California refinery strike. Um, that's about it. I should cover those headlines really quickly. Um, Moderna, Switzerland is about to destroy more than 620,000 expired doses of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine, health officials said on demand for the shots to drop dramatically. It was consciously accepted that under certain circumstances, too much vaccine was procured by Switzerland's needs. So, already. So economic events, that I think we've already passed, so we'll just update this really quick. How you handle a bear market? Surf it down, dude. I don't know. I just see the chart and inversely. All right. So today we have personal spending, personal income, PCI prices core. These are already come out. Um, Retail inventories, wholesale inventories, and then later on we've got Michigan consumer sentiment. The PMI, our personal income was zero point 0.4, forecast was zero point 0.6, prior was zero point 0.5, personal spending is zero point 0.9, and then the forecast was zero point 0.6, previous was 1.4. It's kind of a median in there. PCI prices 0.2, forecast 0.3. Core, we've got a zero point 0.3, and then the forecast was 0.3 as well. So, um, all right. So really quickly, my watch list. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. So my watch list today. I got it right here. Apple's on it today. Does have this bear flag look. It's been following SPY, bread and butter. So if you're in a small account, Apple's just always been a good. Once you find a good setup on it, if you see a solid rejection there, if you see Apple get down to 143, and then you're going to probably see a little bit of consolidation at 143.25, and you could sit there all day and then dump at the very last few minutes of the day. So we're going to be patient. Next week's contracts, weeklies. If you want to grab them, do that at your own risk. But normally a contract sitting outside of the money, on Tesla could open up this morning around anywhere from six to, I mean, I'm at 1K, and then likely towards midday be worth less than $300 to $400 just by simply being outside of the money, and time decay. So if you're a new trader, remember, we've been talking a lot um, about controlling the emotions, having plans, taking profits, understanding and being real with yourself about where you're at in your journey. And these are things that you have to meditate on almost daily. And they're things you have to think about, on your free time, almost daily, because um, if you know that you're going to make mistakes, which you're going to, and you're going to learn, and if you get lucky and you get a really good play, bring yourself back down to size. If you feel, you ever hear me say when the euphoria is high and we've hit a really awesome play, I'll tell you guys to capture the moment. That's essentially what you can do, but with your entire account. If you're new and you did really, really well, go ahead and throw that one in the files, and do what the market is inevitably going to do to you if you know you have more to learn. But by doing that, you lessen the emotional impact, and thus the hurdle becomes more. It's hard to learn the lesson when you're feeling like shit. So if you're obviously going through something like that, do it yourself. Be the market. Take your money, put it somewhere safe, save it up. I've spoken about this multiple times. When I started my small account, well, it wasn't a small account, my only account. I they say the first one is free. Manny said that yesterday, the other day, and I did. I that account went crazy, and then the next one, all of it was gone, and then it was just a repeating process until I was like, okay, I keep taking $500 to 10K and then blowing it all because I don't know how to handle the 10K. So what I'm going to do is if I get near it or even feel myself starting to slip, I'll take myself back down to $500. So I'd rather be the one to do it, than have the market do it slowly and painfully. Understanding that I had a whole lot more to learn, about how to navigate my strategy, et cetera, et cetera. So, and then a lot of the times when people say risk on or risk off, there are certain marks or places in the market, or certain sentiment, when it comes in, you could even technically bring that risk back in. And in a market like this, it's not one as a new trader that I would be putting a lot of capital in. I was supposed to be talking about my watch list. But anyway, NVIDIA is also on the watch list today. This one has gapped up. I believe that you all swung NVIDIA with me. So if you're in NVIDIA, same thing as yesterday. Okay, we are up against resistance. If we leave resistance, we've got levels as such as 182.25, and that is high anywhere in that range, y'all. Because of my analysis, and this is where, yes, I see weakness. Um, I will likely start to cut a few. So if I've got two and we hit that mark, I'll take profit on one. And if I see weakness, I'll go ahead and remove myself from the play. I'll hold my hedge and then I'll deal with it from there. But as I see it right now, I do not like gap ups for continuation to the upside, and especially being under 2%. So, are you on YouTube live right now? I sure hope so. Yes, I am. Bobby, those are going to be reflecting on the overall health of the economy, which then reflects on the overall health of the market. Um, yes. Where's my notebook? My handy dandy notebook. Uh, there it is. Okay. So Facebook is next on my list here. This one was not is not um holding up. It had gapped down this morning. And one thing that I was talking about yesterday was the little bull flag that it's kind of building right here. So Facebook, it's pretty simple. It's got a gap up to 194.88. If it makes its way up there, I'll play the gap up to around 194, let some runners run. This will likely be a scalp if it does not, and if it stays consolidated in here all day, I will wait. And anywhere below 190.50, you could see a pullback to around 187.75. Anywhere below that, and probably got bigger problems than that. So this was a straight rip to the upside for Facebook, and oftentimes off those straight rips, you'll get a decent pullback going into a 3-day weekend. And again, a lot of repositioning happening next week. So, which in my opinion, this gives them a wonderful opportunity to take profit. So, what's good, man? Stay patient today with long weekend coming always. Yes. So, for today, I'm basically, because we're at resistance, it's either way. And I have the plan for both, because I'm trying not to go into today bias. So those of you in Rivian, still hanging on to this one, add above Rivian's or excuse me, yesterday's high 29.90. You can go with the outside of the money next week strike 31, doesn't matter. And for me, anytime I grab a hedge like that, usually my entry is my exit. And that's because it's obviously you don't want to lose money on something that you're using to protect yourself. But we did discuss the channel that Rivian is currently holding right here. And that being said, Rivian could go and fill some gaps. Unfortunately, if we do bleed up, because right now we do look more bullish, and those of you bears might have to be patient here. Otherwise, if we do see a run up, double top there, and then perhaps we do see another leg down. So hello, W lows. Not seeing a morning. Good morning. What's up, man? 80 cents to $1.05. That's the Oscar. All right, last one. PayPal. So yesterday, I was reliving some PTSD from all of the problems that PayPal gave me every time I interacted with them. And then I looked at their chart and I was like, oh my God, that looks pretty awful in the sense of like going to the upside. It looks as if it's got a little bear flag type wedge setup going on right now. So what we did is we went long on a put. All right. And here's how this is going to work. It's almost like Rivian. Um, and here's the number one thing that like we try to remind you all, if your position size is different, if your account size is different, then you can make a plan to cut at a different place. So if you break above 82.32, it's pretty highly probable that we're probably going to move into the $84 range. So you could just call it quits there. I have a call, so I have my position hedged, and I will be watching for, you know it, 1, 2, 3. So just like everything else, PayPal is up against resistance. 1, 2, 3. So 3 is my magic number always. So we either break or we don't and we die, and PayPal gets what it deserves. Just kidding. But that's about it for me today, everybody. As far as the watch list is concerned. So, damn, we're going to see VIX below $26 end of day. Hot damn. And I might trade Tessie if none of these move with Manny. I know that's what you're going to trade, Manny.
Why? What do you just assume now? Maybe you want to trade something like NVIDIA.
Say hello in the live Discord. Just type hello. I want to see it. Do it, Manny. What's that next to your name?
See, Trojan.
It's a Tesla, my boy. I had a dream the other night about a Tesla. And my Uber driver had a Tesla. Yo, it was the Model 3. And I told him as soon as I got in the car, I told him, I was like, I didn't tell him that I short Tesla or anything like that, but dude, he was like, you wanna like test drive? Not like me drive, but he's like, you want to feel the speed? And I was like, yeah. He was like 75. This dude hit 60 on like a residential, bro. I was like, whoa, oh my God.
No, those are quick. Like they're, I mean, you're a golfer, right?
Yeah, I've crashed golf. I mean, driven a golf cart.
Hold the speed that you just
Yeah.
gas and go.
Yeah, I used to peel out on them a lot. So you're saying this is just a golf cart?
This is a $43,000 doctor. I heard their price for them.
Cybertruck's price be geeking. And now they're offering different models. They don't allow any more Cybertrucks or pre-orders, so I'm shut off. I'm cut off. I can't order anymore, which is probably good because this could be if it doesn't work, I could be in a whole heap of Elon trouble. It could be an Elon boat.
How it goes. But I have no idea what free market on. I just get work when I come back.
How do you hedge? Is it buying the opposite of a trade? So there's 100 different ways to hedge. People can sell premiums, covered calls. You can scalp against it. You can day trade against it. If it's a long position, if you're in a real short position, you could use options. If you're in a real long position, you could use options. But yes, the general consensus is you got to do the opposite of what you're thinking for right now to protect something that you're planning on happening later. If that makes sense. I saw someone in real life do that with a lawnmower. They had taken almost everything off of it though, the wheels, and they like ran some like rods through the wheels that went to like one singular rod. Is that a barbell? Oh my God. I lived in Alabama. Okay, so in
All
Missouri.
right, so
Go ahead.
if I could just maybe explain how today I go. I ordered a brand order. Tomorrow is gonna be like it's not a hard thing. It's the same thing as have down days for some have up days. Any up move, and I say this and I'll keep saying this. It should be treated as short term. Or like this is the other. All right, let's take off. I ordered the thing. Dude. I ordered it. It gets here like Saturday, right? So pretty much, let's look at the video. The video is one of my favorite charts because if you look at the hourly and you zoom out and you draw a line at 180, you can see that this level has been a bit of a pain for the video to basically take out. So the fact that we sort of gapped it and now we're holding it, what do I want to see? I want to see the video if it tries to gap still. Because here's the thing, the only one that has a big gap is Tesla. And now I've seen Tesla with a 3% gap and everybody else with a small gap. And then that's how I go with it. So if you're gonna trade today, don't focus on a gap and go on Tesla. Just be patient, right? For the video, I want to see a pullback. I want to see a small little impulse into that 176 level, which is gonna be hard because if there's bullish, pressure, we're probably just gonna bounce that 180, 179 level and then rebound, right? Whatever the case, I'm gonna be watching for a bounce at around that 180, 179.50 level, and also 176. It's gonna be my two levels. So I'm posting my watching for the top. So the video one 179.50 to 180 pounds or 176.
I do not trade crypto at all.
Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll have to give a story later on something that happened to me. Probably hilarious. I think Garrett knows. Go with the plumber.
Yep.
I'll pay him twice. Twice.
What? 2 times?
And so for Tesla, when we look at the hourly, right? Let's draw our fibs. Remember, we have an uptrend now. So you guys that wanted to see how can we plot this to the upside, I'll send you some screenshots now. So let's go ahead and let's plot our fib, plot our fibs. We're gonna plot the video. The low is gonna be at on the hourly. It's gonna be at yesterday's lows of 158.38 more or less, and then the zero is gonna be at the highs more or less 181.2, right?
Yes.
So now we look at our clouds. So we have the 20-day as EMA cloud on Tesla. It's sitting right above the 38% fit. And it's also creeping up into the 23%. So any impulses down that Tesla has, I'm going to be watching that 710 level for a potential bounce, as well as that 705. 700 will be my last mark. And for NVIDIA, again, that's 176 level, lines up perfectly with the 23%. So that's gonna be my theta. I already have like I think 5 grand of my so I can't really do that. I don't know why. Like who just clears half of it deposit? Who does that shit? Oh my god. That's so guys, I sent you guys the two charts and how I'm looking at them, how I set them up. Go to my watches as well.
The agency had it ready this morning.
Believe it or not, since our system is lost access to the program.
I know $51 closed at 14 cents on Thursday. That probably fell now. Thank God.
But yeah, going back today to what I was saying when I was on Twitter. So it's simple, right? Remember how price action moves, price action builds, right? We go above, we just start escalate all the way up there, blah blah blah. So and we're looking at the 100 days video, yes, 181, right? And the gap level, we're gonna open at 185. What does this tell you? As a trader, what does it tell you? If there is bullish pressure, we're gonna bounce and we're gonna go up, right? If we do not reclaim that high, right? If we just hover below it, price will not build up. Price can possibly chop or build down. It's not about remembering. Okay, look, remember that the daily chart is here. The daily chart will always, like the biggest daily chart is rejected to build above the 20-day EMA, right? So I want to take the video off a bounce, but I also want to be sure that there is enough momentum to push the video up above that level. Because if not, then when I take into a bounce and I see a wick, there's a good chance it's just gonna get eaten up again, take it out, and then it gets stuck out. Hey, why did you swing Tesla puts? There was a bullish engulfing before the session yesterday on the date.
I feel like some people may have taken some positions because of bias.
Yeah, that's a big issue. Here's the thing.
You can feel what you want, but
You got and Garrett, I know he said this. Guys, we're not trading a game. We're trading and I'm cursed. We're trading the fucking U.S. economy,
Jesus.
right? Like, come on. And how much things keeps dropping? We're in capital F, right? Like F.
Yeah, like America.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna crazy.
but we gotta remember that these are people's retirements, you know? This is a lot of
These are people's. This is people's jobs. Like they like literally like it's their job to like. Yeah, everything that Manny just said, and the setup. Like yeah, I mean, if you hold those Tesla puts and we end up rejecting, just like Manny was talking about, we see that upside rejection because we're gapped up right up underneath a major resistance. Like maybe you get lucky, but did you take it because of the right reasons? Like that's the real question because now are you building a reward center in your brain, a part of your brain um, that is rewarding bad behavior? So if you're anticipating, but the thing is if you're holding a put and we have the momentum to get past the 730s and on Tesla and get into the 750s, you might not have time. You're gonna take a hefty loss. So what charts do I trade? What do you mean? What charts do I trade?
oh dude, I think a lot of people don't know the my order filled song the train station.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know a couple of people don't
Hmm. So same thing with NVIDIA, and NVIDIA's on my watch list too, Manny. I've got 183, so that's as high as I think NVIDIA, could go for a retest. But the real resistance, or what I would consider the real resistance for NVIDIA is here. We are there, like in pre-market right now. Let me just show you really quick. So the 15-minute shows a better example of why that level is king, but that's exactly where we're at if you're looking at my chart right now. But if not, and that's why it's good to do. Bad days can erase as much progress as you let them. You know, um, we get wrapped up in our head on bad days, and I've been through it too, man. Like, but if Manny and I feel like this is like a podcast, like hour 2 hour long talk. There comes a time where you have to realize that you are, especially some of you newer folks, you are going to make account changing mistakes. And so on the days where you make good decisions, even if it's just a safe place to put that money, you can open up two brokerages in one app and move the money over there. Whatever you have to do. But if you know and you're honest with yourself about where you're at and your trading journey, when you make these big leaps forward, they're look at it as a deposit into the long term. So go back to what you were already working with and keep that pressure because that's the pressure that's obviously doing you favors. It's a lot of the times when things get easier or the perception is that things will get easier with more money, which there is that element to, okay, if you're a scalper and stuff like that, but at the same time it's just about the mechanics. So if you're scalping on a small account, it's and that's your strategy, it's no different. But the thing is your mechanics, right? So you might take profit at 10, 15, 20%. You're practicing the mechanics, you're not using the actual size that you're working up to. So anyway, rant over because I could go on forever. Yeah. Money management is the only reason I'm still in this game. Yeah, so if you're up for the week, up for the month, feel like you might make a bad decision, it's like that's caring about yourself on the deepest level, is protecting yourself from yourself. So, um, get some crypto plays.
2280. Go to the 4 hour and draw a line on 2280. You'll see it. It looks nice. It looks like a lot of resistance touches there.
Twitter board determined not to accept tender resignation from Egon Durbin, reducing board service commitment. Yeah, they're arguing. People are watching a firm today, so I'll set an alert on it. But nah, it's like 28 now. It's up against its daily downtrend, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Damn, this whole thing's last few months are like,
You guys got any good averages on Apple?
you could see a $32 firm.
You got a firm, not Apple, right?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about Apple.
Yeah, yeah, BT. That's around the average I'm after. That's hard. Day trade, boss. Take it easy today, especially since I know you're mobile. I don't know if you're trading from a computer, where you're at, but take it easy in the sense of it's Friday. And the first thing about today is that it's Friday.
Yeah.
By the way, with what we talked about, there's no chance you get from a computer on it. Mobile's probably not. Mobile is very, very difficult.
Yeah, and so
Why the hell would Justin trade mobile so the did
I got a goal to build my account using only the last 30 minutes of the market every day. That is certainly a strategy. And that is, I mean, those are the type of ideas, right? If you try something and it works, like, don't fix it if it's not broken. If you try something and you run into problems, it's probably not working. So figure something else out. Can I look at Costco? Yeah, yeah. So if you're in Costco, here's the deal. We're screwed. No, I'm just kidding. If you're in a small account, um, when you take gambles like this, man, like it's just the way that it is, and I detach myself emotionally before I even take it. I try and just go complete sociopath on Costco. So right now, it looks more bullish than anything. It's got that cup type setup. It pulled back a little bit. If it does flush or pull back today, anywhere below that 450 mark, I'll cut the call and I'll leave the put because we do have expiration. And due to the fact that Costco didn't have extremely high OI, might be able to get out of this thing alive. So we're not screwed. But if this is just a reminder, right? If you don't have the liquidity, just because higher risk doesn't mean higher reward. There's a lot of earnings that you would anticipate due to the data given that you would see a substantial move, and due to the whatever reasons, investor sentiment, options, max pain, those like you saw in Nvidia, because anybody who swung everybody. Oh my God, Bandy, do you know how much money was lost on Nvidia puts yesterday? Like the unfathomable amount of money. Like I would say upwards to like millions and millions of dollars just placed on those options. This pre-workout hitting right now. Yep. That shit sounds like drugs, man. I see all these kids like on TikTok, dude, and shit's got like warnings on the back, like do not take if you have eyes or a heart.
Do you drink I'm just very that is what you very. The only thing I drink is Celsius. The pre-workout doesn't do anything for me. Only from my years of cocaine abuse. Just kidding. Jesus.
Man, he's too young for cocaine abuse.
At 16 years old.
Yeah.
Rivian splits.
No, but
I'm on. Oh, what do you?
I was like 10. I used to work out.
Manny. Oh no. Hold on, Manny, dude. I just missed the news on Rivian. Fuck. What did he just say? Did anybody catch that? They'll post it, but they're gonna post it late. Is Rivian moving? Proof pre-workout stunt your growth. I'm 6'2" and some change, so I might start taking it. Rivian splits leadership of commercial and retail vehicle operations. That was the headline. I thought he said something else too. I was freaking out. You're in Apple calls. Would you cut right away or would you wait for the first 5-minute candle? So number one, oh my God, you're in Apple calls? I gave you my analysis this morning. I'm not really thinking that's gonna change. I don't think. You're up against resistance. I'm curious to see if it might end up hitting 145. Actually, that was literally. Remember yesterday? You were one of the people on live. I literally said Apple will likely gap up to 145. And if it does, it's probably going to pull back. So you might see a little test of 145.55, but I wouldn't. So think about it this way, right? The week, I mean, there's not a lot of volume in pre-market, right? So the movement is easily trumped, right? So if you gap up, it's just like you saw in NVIDIA, gap down. That gap was filled so fast, right? And so quickly. So with that pre-market, it is really easy being up against a possible resistance to see Apple pull back at the bell. So if you were in next week's expiration, God forbid it was this week,
Wow.
I
In the video pump.
huh?
Yeah, we listen to the video pump. Look how many TR shares just came in. You get shit.
Send me. Oh damn.
It was
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
a lot of fucking shares.
Jesus. Yeah, look at it. Is anybody having a video calls with me?
I think Dynasty has.
Can I get a hand in the chat? Yes. Let me get a yup.
I think the amount of things I've traded or swung with Garrett, I can count them with one hand.
Yeah, and he always picks the worst. He always comes in and it's him. He's like he's like, "Where's the swings at?" And I'm like, "I don't have anything." And so like I'm like he always comes like the ones that he has taken have been like kind of like crapshoots. Who? You want to talk about it? GRWG or Max R? Bye bio? Oh, yeah. That's Kramer's fault though, right? We passed the blame over to him.
I never see that man. They don't back.
That's one of my next TikTok videos is remember I called in to Kramer and
I'm gonna catch the charge. I'm gonna call you when I'm gonna recording for TikTok. Yes. Thanks.
Okay, so if you are in NVIDIA, we've got a few minutes before the bell. Is Facebook calls a good idea? With proper volume above 193, we have a gap to fill at 195. So yes, I mean I don't think they're a bad idea. You're holding what looks to be a bear flag or bull flag. I don't like your lagging moving averages, but we'll see. I'm shaking off all bias. I'm just gonna watch what the market gives me. I will say definitively, that, like Manny said, when you gap up to a resistance, oftentimes that is a reason or the initial move is going to be down. So if you're in NVIDIA, You know, you're in profits, absolutely feel free to go ahead and take some of those profits off the table. And be patient today, okay? Because we could sit all day in this range. And then move at the last few minutes. You know, it's a 3 day weekend. I don't think that we're going to go without any movement. I think there's too much money coming into the market, and then next week we'll see a lot of money, like Rolly said, coming off the sidelines. So, all right. So, which one? Yes. All right, really quickly, in positions, if you are in PayPal, you are up against my resistance right now. That's 81.21. My call is there, okay? And I've already discussed this morning, if you do not have the hedge, then you probably don't need to hold, because above this level that we're holding right now, 81.21, it's probably going to be 81.85, and I'm going to hold on to my hedge. That's the reason that I bought it. We are up against, so you guys know my magic number is 3, 1, 2, 3. This is our third hit of resistance. If the first initial move is down, then we could end up seeing PayPal below 79.63, and I will go ahead and hold the puts, cut the call, and let it ride.
Those of you that have never traded with me before, watch for the first day, please.
If you don't see something, if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't understand, ask questions. If you don't have a plan of any sort, stop. And also, if you've been on a losing streak,
All right, ding, 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 ding.
make sure to say something when you enter something. All right, PayPal giving us a little bit of juice. All right, if you're in NVIDIA, oh my God.
Yeah.
Sheesh. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove myself now. Goodbye. Oh, order filled. Sheesh. Take profits. If you hold, it's up to you, but that thing just ripped right up to that little target that I was talking about. Oh my God, it hit supply so hard, Manny. Right into 184.77. Yeah, exactly. Yep. PayPal building up off of that. The next level above PayPal is our Nvidia is 186.50. Did we? If
See if we get them 733 on post. Oh, zero to CD is all we got. I'm selling 5.
Facebook's fine. Facebook's holding. If anybody's still in NVIDIA, if you have another NVIDIA call, I've already cut the put. If you took two, then you can go ahead and look at that 185 to 186 target. That's next, 186.50.
I'm not in Tesla, guys. Premium shot up really hard as soon as I filled.
I don't see anything yet. Facebook.
Don't chase that trade. But if whatever reason you're still in, it's gonna go to 740, which is a number 17.50. It's gonna impulse. I'm good though. Oh, dude, holy macaroni. Yeah, what a first day back to that.
All right, those of you in Rivian, if anybody has their Rivian hedges, I've already went ahead and hold on. I didn't get filled. Yeah. All right, PayPal is at resistance right now. This is where I want it to reject. Is this it? Is the bear market over? No, I'm just kidding. Is anybody still in NVIDIA? If you are in NVIDIA, if you took two positions, this is that level right here, 186. You're still in? Okay. I have I had two targets. I had that 184.77, and then the 186. above it. So let's see, what did we just tap? 186.10.
I'm watching the video here of this 3 minute. I want to see holds of 185 it will take. Watch those bids.
Control right now we got 184.11.
I want to start buying into the video off this 185 hold. Only about 5.
Y'all, I'm taking a Rivian 3150 call, or excuse me, $32 call for June 3rd. That's going to be my hedge right now. My stop loss on that one's going to be $30 even. All right, if you are in PayPal and you have the hedge, we're going to wait for this candle to close. It is right up against resistance as we speak. So Apple call made my target for the day. Got to go take a nap. That's what's up. Love to hear it. Yeah, enjoy it, dude. You earned it. There's that pullback on River. 184.11. Ooh, damn. That's the first place it just bounced. Look at that. 184.11. Ooh. See if it holds, Manny.
I still have small size. I only open the waiting to add.
5-minute candle looks good. Still. 6 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes in this candle. Baba put is 30%. If you are in Baba, yeah.
Let's see if the video Woodfield's here.
That was a happy accident. June 3rd, Rivian. Baba, 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 Baba. We're gonna go to 90.45 here if you're in Baba with me. Goss is running. You doing? Are you in that SR? Nice, Nvidia. Hell yeah, do it for Manny. Look at Baba. That was great. I'm gonna hold. PayPal, I got a cut right here, guys. I'm leaving the call. Leaving the call on PayPal. Cutting the put. That's trading view. Heat map.
Oh, NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. Do it. 180.
Lord. All right, guys. I'm done with my full position soon.
Give him one.
I'm happy with games. What a welcome back gift.
Your hedge on PayPal should be holding you up really, really well. If you want to hedge your Baba put, you can go above 92.50. You could just grab an out of the money weekly and just play that one up. You've got a level at 82.70 to watch for, but more than likely you would fill at least 50% of that gap. So. Gonna check the market price of Tesla. There you go. Costco's at yesterday's high.
ACV of our cannabis shares now down 29% on that upside Woodfield financing. That's up to Charlie Gruggle.
Welcome back, Gary.
I think I might add to my PayPal. Does anybody still have PayPal calls with me? It's the reason why I hedged. The literal reason why I hedged.
Nice dub on the video, guys. I just wanted that attempt of Wickfield while we bounced 184. That's all I really cared for.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad that some of you guys. If I say that I'm doing something, because I have a lot of people, and I'm not. When I say these things, it's not out of like frustration or anger. It's out of like I really want you guys to know that I do things for certain reasons. when I feel certain when I feel uncertainty, um, and I like a setup, but I don't know for sure, then I make sure that I protect my investments. So if you're in PayPal right now, we are actually making money on this thing now. So hell yeah, Thomas. Honestly, I'm looking at taking an $85 call for next week for PayPal. They're only 150 right now.
Dude, what is happening?
I'm gonna call them.
Hot worse. Bro.
Watch PayPal. It's got 8380 on its mind. Big doji here on Baba. Yeah, it looks like Nvidia's building down, Manny. If you bounce, you can bounce here, but you need to reverse here. Otherwise,
By the way, those of you that for some whatever reason are still in Tesla, that 740 target at negative 17 is coming up.
watch Nvidia bounce 182.37.
It's actually 739 and 20. That's your negative 17, right?
I haven't added to PayPal. No.
Wow. Really, really, really. Sorry.
Yes, Nvidia's going to go down 100%. It's under the 9. It's about to go to my target. Woo! 180, 182.38. Watch it.
We're approaching that 410 level, that 41 on SPX. So SPX is not 41. Oh yeah, it's already there. It already built it. So watch that level. You know, SPY needs to reclaim that 410. I'm okay if we chop a little bit below it and then break it. It doesn't matter. But just know that these are some pretty strong impulse movements, right? To me, this stuff that's still the winds have not shifted.
Oh, we wicked. We bounced 83.16 on patience. Patience. If you're looking for a target or anything like that, Rivian's doing well. Right now, it's just going to be 31 bucks. Rivian is making its way. They told us there wasn't going to be a bleed up. Rivian is. Damn. Damn. Actually, this is where Rivian needs to break. If you move up on Rivian, I've got 31.33. So QQQ gap filled. Damn, Tesla.
I hit that negative 17, so nobody else still in.
All right, let me show you guys something right now. Let me show you. This is why patterns do not always work. Key levels are far better. In combination, you use those key levels and then you look for those dynamic setups that back them up. So the same mark that I had on PayPal today, right? The same exact mark that I had, that stop loss was an entry, right? So like it was a confluence right there where the trend line and then this key level of 8180 met. And so above that level with building volume, which we had, which was fantastic, then obviously if you're in PayPal right now, we should probably
The
think
video
about
has support at 183.10. That's what we've been holding. If we break this, we can possibly give up that whole opening gains.
Yeah, but watch for a bounce on PayPal at 180.83. Like, please. I have a feeling we're gonna bounce there.
Eric, did you catch anything on the open?
If you didn't catch anything, guys, just be patient, okay? Be patient. Let things set up. The initial move has happened. Let's see what we follow through with. Hey, Potter.
The opening gains.
What do I think of QQQ? The scan. Just kidding. Gap was filled on the Qs, which was actually it's not been filled. It's 306.15. I don't count the wick. Took your Tessie call on the run up? Mine or mine? No, it's mine. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, nice.
Mine. If you're in Rivian, those you can do with it what you will, but 31.33 is my target for those contracts today. I have a target overall where we might end up ripping up to, which is 33.50, and we can still stay bearish.
The video is bouncing 182, which is I think pre-market high more or less. Yeah, so that 181.80, if that holds, then we'll probably get a wick up. Assuming Q's just bounces. I don't want to speculate and grab some.
Look at Baba.
Obviously,
You're so beautiful, Baba. When you're red. What? Am I talking to a stock now? I lost it. I have Baba 2 weeks out. If this breaks this low of today, you can add to that. So if you have the same, you can add to the same position. I say today 89.16 if we continue to pull back. But, we have decent volume. Let that candle close below it. Be patient. Don't burn a winning position until you know for sure. If you have that PayPal hedge, we hit 83 on the 83.25. If you would like to take profit on that hedge, you can do so. It looks like we might see a little retest of around $82. So that is entirely up to you. Go down. We're building something. Hold on.
When the video just took off right at the open, I got so.
I'd be mad too. That's why I swung it.
Like to not get a dip, and then you have to take this horrible hard trade just because of.
All right, right here on PayPal, I'm out on this wick where it just bounced and gave us a little bit back. I'm going to go ahead and just take profit on that hedge as it moves to the upside. So you can continue to hold. Look at that bounce on NVIDIA, 181.73, right there, right there at the open. Yep, right there at the open. Watch for a test of 183.25 right here, or 183.42.
You guys got to remember, your pre-market. I know some of you guys don't have pre-market data, and I suggest you turn that shit all the way up because pre-market will give you support and resistance.
Yeah. Yeah.
NVIDIA bounced pre-market highs easily. That little zone easy.
I have a feeling that NVIDIA is gonna, or Baba might bounce soon. I don't know where though. There it is. There's Baba. More. Did you get my tweet? Turtlicious, did you get my tweet, dude? Did you get my tweet this morning that I was saying, dude, before you enter something, let me know. Because what I think you need, dude, is some accountability. Because you're taking things and it's obvious it's not working, and you just started your day off with an L. And I saw your tweet, my friend, yesterday, dude. The attitude going into your trading day every day. You literally tweeted out. Someone said, what is your market or expectations for tomorrow? And you said, I'm going to lose money. So you did exactly what you planned to do. So maybe don't say that. Maybe project out or say to yourself, whether you believe it or not, I'm gonna find a high probability trade and I'm gonna trade it because this you can't you got to take this seriously, man, because this is actually taking an effect on your mental state. On and at that point you have to just stop and reorient yourself. And I know that there's deeper reasons, right? And that's good fuel, but that's also fuel that can burn you up. So just saying. Sorry, I don't mean to be okay. If you stayed with your stop loss, that's fine. But let's just be patient, all right?
SIG technologies, near the highs now, 11
If
million.
you see something, I can say something, you know, I can look at it for you. Uh, we might see a little rebound on Baba. I don't we'll see. What's Tesla doing? And I don't mean to be um if I sound harsh, I don't mean to be, but I gotta be real with you because I want to see you win. And I'm sure that there was times where I could have used some realness myself. So I'm just telling you what I see, but I want you to win, dude. And you gotta want you to win. So
I think we had a way above decent open. I think that even those that missed, they caught the trades again. I'm happy to see the market doing this. I just hope that this is not really improbable because the winds have mentioned
306 on the Qs, 306.50 is where we'll see. And you know what? We can still stay in a significant downtrend by going and retesting 3.8 I mean, we could go to 310, 312.80. I even have a target at 319.50 and we still stay bearish. So, um watch Facebook to reject off the falling wedge top. Don't tell me what to do. I'm just kidding. Is that you on live?
yeah, I see that though. But remember, we need more data, right? We only have one
Heavy line, all in just there.
May has been the shifting month. CPI was lower, this and that, and everything gold started dropping, all of that. We need to see more of this, right? That's what we want. 1 month is not enough to completely just shift everything. You're gonna get the trades,
Yes.
but
I
you gotta
think
let everything marinate.
I think that Nvidia, like, right, if you start candle closing, because you're pushing down right now off of this, what looks to be resistance, right, coming off of this downtrend. Candle look or this hole's looking like it's kind of wanting to break. I personally think that if you're scalping, I mean, you could, I would try right here. You know, if I was looking to scalp, I would set a stop at 183.34. You know, I would leg into it. You know, I do mine a little bit differently. I don't just 10 lot. But as you move down there and that candle's around 182, it's moving up now, but if the candle's around 182, that's where, you know, I'm gonna want to take that position. So so you see where that candle wicked off of, that's 182.30. When you lose that, you know, I would imagine you're going to go to 181.80. You've got 181.35 underneath that. So be careful if you're playing something to the downside, you are going against the grain. Right now, QQQ is at 304.75, and I have the gap filling at 306. I also have the main resistance for the QQQ. Remember what we talked about this morning about the Qs? Let's look at it again, okay? Let's go to the hourly. Turn off. Look, what did we talk about last time? This is a literal repeat, and well, of course we'll find out here. Look at that on the Qs. I'll full screen it for 1 second. Watch the Facebook's building up there. So look at the Qs. 1, 2, 3. Don't be blinded here, okay? Look. 1, 2, 3. If you move above it, if you clear it, if we close at it, I'm gonna be sketched out and I'm probably not gonna take a position. If we hit it and reject it and we see a sizable rejection, I might end up taking a little wootsy wootsy.
You guys looking for continuation. Take it easy. Volume is dropping off cliff.
Yep.
It is Friday. Oh, I came there. Wait.
I have $149 left. I wish I could fly out right now, man. I really do. Wish I could huh?
To see, right?
To you.
So
Yes.
you go see, dude, Dude, that's fine. Dude, if you don't see anybody else that's not me, you're gonna have a personal problem, son. You better not do me like that.
I
I'm
won't.
swear to God.
I won't. It would just be mentorship, you know. But no, I got you.
Come back to me first. Please think of quick.
Yeah, sweet. I don't know, dude. Some things weren't meant to happen in this life.
Off my lung there.
You almost lost it. Damn. Yo, I have resistance for Google at 2250. This, I'm getting a phone call right now that literally says telemarketing. That's like the caller ID.
Look at the self-covered case, covered content, the 5 minutes drop. Your thoughts. Don't do it. Because there's always the risk of getting exercise. Take it from somebody that sells naked calls. Well, that,
TAL
you know that. You don't can see. I would sell naked calls on Tesla near the close.
It's still vial shares.
You know, and it was fun. I would collect the premium. It was nice, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna sell covered calls, you know, remember you can get exercise. I did my shit like 10 minutes before the bell, right before data hit those contracts. Sorry, even then I was recovering those contracts on the way down, right, or the way up, whatever it was, whatever it was.
I'm not really flinching on Baba.
Yeah.
But if you are feeling uncomfortable, here's how I look at everything, okay? If I feel I don't get scared when I hedge, right? Manny thinks I'm nuts, but I don't. Oh damn! If you took my entry on Nvidia, holy shit, Manny! Look at that perfect. Damn.
181, right? What's 181? 181 is yesterday's high, right? This is what I mean. That all these levels make a significant change. You got to have.
Oh my God. Look at that bounce out. Oh, see, if you're a scalper, you could have done that. That move right there, Manny would have screamed. He would have been out immediately. But I'm just saying, like that's a scalping move right there, right? Someone could get in and get out in one candle. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, well, a lot of people with small accounts try and take that move and then they want it to continue to go. Yeah. Yep. And they don't TP because they start thinking about day trading. They're like, well, what if it goes? No, you're scalping. If you're scalping, you entry, exit, and I set both of those perfectly. Though I had that yellow line right there. I deleted it. Here, I'll go back just for proof.
But no, in all retrospect. So if you're wondering, just real quick, so how do I know that the data is gonna bounce 181? It's something as simple as level two. As the stock is dropping, you watch the bid, right? 180, 181, I'm pretty sure that there was a big bid holding that level. Let's see what I can get.
306. We're getting close on the cues. Nvidia's bouncing out of that falling wedge. Hot damn. I'm not flinching on Baba. Can I look at Ford? Oh my god. Damn.
Yeah, there was a bunch of bids at 181.
Damn. Someone resurrect Henry? The hell's going on over here? Look at really quickly before I zoom out. Look at Facebook building up in this flag. It's not enterable yet, but as it moves above that 192, remember the gap. It still has that gap above it to 194.96. So if I'm gonna set a really quick alert, I will scale into this with next week's contracts, not 195 strikes. Um, so that'd be June 3rd, if we do end up building up here. So it looks like Ford has extended the wedge. Remember we talked about wedges? So look at the wedge that was there, and then it turned into a channel. So right now it looks like Ford might be going for a 1411 retest. But at the moment you are at your previous resistance, which is 1350 and 1364. Above that, you've got 1387, and then my target of 1411. Level 2 is confusing, but it is the best tool on earth. It is a really, it's an amazing tool.
If you guys are struggling with it, so stuff making of this, but
I think I'm gonna take Facebook now.
that was the
No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait for it. It's right there, right up at resistance.
I'm talking about the structure, how it works, and how price moves.
Not in yet, guys. Just wait. Just wait. Candle's too weak. Poopy.
White
No,
House.
you do it. Max, interactive broker has one of the best level tools next to trade station. I'm telling you this because I've used it. You just have to change the colors. Mess with the settings.
You're welcome, Daddy's tiny feet.
I'm sure you'll find the video on YouTube, man. I've seen a bunch. I used to use Interactive Broker. You know, it's the funny part when I was setting the wire info for TradeStation, there was, one of my recipients was, what's this thing called? Interactive Broker.
Say that again.
Interference was so blessed.
Watch Facebook to pull back right here and bounce at 191.33 or 191.24. I'm not taking it yet. I'm just narrating my thoughts at the moment, but the Qs have a little bit left of this gap to fill. Is anybody in Rivian with me? Can I get a Rivian check? Upside Rivian.
You know how it works, bro. You know how there's on. Don't let that 3K go to zero, bro. Take your profit.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, man, this is almost like Roblox, but a little bit more dramatic. We're doing really well at hedging. Up, down, all around, down. Yeah, I'm down on my two, man. But we got time, so it's still on the higher time frame. And remember, the lockup is over. I believe that Rivian is building a massive bear flag, and I'll post that for you here so you can see it. Now, that means that in order to be profitable, when I see that resistance get hit, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to double down. If I'm wrong, then I hedged myself all the way up and out. So if anything, you get out scot-free or with a little bit of cash, and inevitably it'll have a pullback. But June 17th is a while away, so not that far away. But I think that if we bleed up or continue to bleed up, and Rivian's racing up to this resistance right now. It is not far away. 33.18 is my target. So if we hit 33.18, I believe that if we fill that gap, for God's sakes, if we hit $34, that's exactly where I'll take a short. So it's going to be painful. So prepare yourself. You know, if you're in with me, if you have that OG put, that's going to look painful. But we've already traded Rivian, I don't know how many times, multiple times. We're pretty good at it too. Spy. I bought a kettlebell yesterday, man. I almost dropped it on my foot. The handle was all greasy, dude, because it was all brand new. I'm like, who greased this thing? Who polished a kettlebell? Where's the gap on Rivian? There's a gap. Look at the May 4th. Go look at May 4th. You'll see the gap. There's a very teeny tiny gap which creates a confluence. Let me show you because I feel like, and if I miss Facebook, whatever. But really quickly.
Probably walk in and I can take my employees their check.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do that now. Also, I'm out of BP. You know how it works. Like,
Yeah. I know your wire end didn't work either. Oh yeah.
Once you're out of BP, there's no point.
Nope.
All right, dude. That one you want to bounce was sick though, dude. Look at that shit.
Yeah, that was.
Still building. Wow.
Yeah. I have, man, I have a feeling that we might even see the Qs at 308 today and just continue to do what we did yesterday and really rope in buyers. So If you're long in something, you can let me know. If you're in Rivian with me, we're doing pretty well. I will probably take Facebook with Big Step if he takes it. So if you guys see what I see right now, I see a pretty obvious build for a bear flag. Um, and if you look at it, the 4 hour, look at that, right? So if I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong and we'll go hit this resistance and I'll make money on the way to the upside. This is also a key level for Rivian. And I could be wrong and they may want to let this thing go a little bit higher, but I believe that some of these larger companies are probably going to dump some shares on Rivian. So that gap gets filled, that retest. So this is consolidation, but more or less like when we break, a retest often is after a clean break. This was not much of a clean break. It was more of a clean flush down to under and then break down from there. So this could be that retest that I'm looking for, and then we pull back, but we'll see. Double top on Nvidia. Wow, if anybody played that falling wedge on the video, just wow.
Pilot theory.
See, dude. Not yet. It's not far enough. Double top is at 85, 82. Facebook's too weak, man. Look at the volume drop and look at the candles. It needs some milk. It's up against 192.85. Check out AMC. Don't tell me what to do. Oh man. Damn. Damn. Where did I have that level? Might see. I mean, AMC passed 1350. I think I said it yesterday, 1425. Yeah, check whatever you guys want right now. I'm not a doctor though, so don't ask me for anything else. Um, I just could hear Hunt or something. All right, Facebook is moving here. Are you jumping? Step? We're right there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it. I'm in. There's one. I got a half fill. All right, full fill. Um, I'm gonna add a 197 call. 195s for this week. I guess I think if people are scalping right now, but let's see what it does. Risk is on for me right now, due to the fact that we're running up with lower volume. So Microsoft has right now you're up against a resistance, which is 171.40, but the next leg up would have you into the 173.50s pretty easily. Yes, I am in Facebook. 195s next week, just like I said.
President Biden says to give the Fed the independence needed to do its job.
If you're in zero TDE or in if you're in weeklies or next week's, I mean, you're still weeklies are already up. You're already in a place of with size you could go ahead and take profit. But I'm in next week. Risk that's risk on for me. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna make sure that and my stop right now is anywhere below 192 11, so which would be a obviously with weeklies far greater loss than a next week's. Then if you can't afford it, then wait. That's it. That's that easy. So, and if my risk is on, yours definitely should be. So just wait, Turtlicious. Just wait. No way. No way. No way. No, 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 no. That's gonna be nuts. Don't do that. Yo, are we about to see a pullback now? I think we may. I think we might see Nvidia just about pull back. If you're in Nvidia, watch out. This thing might pull back to 180.60, and that means we're probably going to see a pullback on Facebook. This thing just wicked up and hit the whole ribbon indicator. That was one of the reasons why I took low mentioned the volume. So we're going to see what we do, but that was a break above, and then the candle is closing inside. So 192.84, we would have to have that candle close above it, and currently it is obviously not. So no volume here, so there's not going to be any juice to move it up.
India out for November.
SPY puts, not yet. I don't think. I don't think that gap is filled yet.
Price of $3.13.
Okay, yeah, the gap on SPY is filled. How did I miss that? If you're in Facebook, with me, you're not. If you're in this week's, you're basically at entry, and unless this thing bounces, which is not looking great right now for a reversal, we're probably going to pull back to around 191 if we do not bounce. So I want this candle to hold above that bid. So 193 would be preferable. Yeah, it got stopped out in 2 seconds. I'm still in, but I still have my expiration, so. Okay. All right, AMD's, or excuse me, NVIDIA's going for highs.
WMT Walmart the July 130.
Do you guys see that?
Active now.
Did you see that?
WMT.
195, is that what he just said? Okay, we're definitely tapping this resistance on Facebook. So if you got stopped out or if you're in weeklies, this is probably a time to reduce your risk, which means if you have multiple contracts, want to dump some of those off. DVN, I can look at that in just a minute. AMD, yeah, 1 minute. So Walmart 15-minute, you look like you got a cup. But if you look at the 15, so you might have broken that actually. Looks like you're struggling to kind of hold. If you swung into today with me, you obviously did well, but taking a position today probably hasn't been the clearest. The Qs have done great. SPY included Rivian. If you're in Rivian, if you're not in my downside call, then Rivian's doing absolutely phenomenal. Okay, there's Facebook. There we go. Good patience there. Rod, wait, you guys got next week? Or this week? Zoom looks like doo-doo. Watch Zoom below 105.58. I'm pretty certain you're gonna get a pullback to 103.60. Okay, if you're in this week's, all right, we're not holding this break. We need a break. Go. We're holding above that mark though. That's good. So watch Zoom below that 150.50, or 105.50, excuse me. It looks like you're about to build down. Honestly, this looks like a good entry right now for Zoom. If you're gonna take, if you were, here's the thing, like if you're looking at an early entry, like I see that this level is being rejected, right? So Zoom's likely to go down now. Um, from there, right, at today's lows, 105.60, 105.50, that's where you're gonna look down towards your next supply or support, which is again 104 and 103.90. So if you're gonna enter, I mean, I would do it now. 170% on Nvidia, nice. Wait, from the swing? Did you swing weeklies? Would you still hold on to put expiring next week 73? No. No, I mean, I didn't see any reason to hold. What is PayPal doing? Yeah, no, it's rushing up to resistance. Watch it at 80. We'll short it at 85. There's no reason to be holding Nvidia or PayPal. If anything, you could still be holding the call. That hedge did perfect. So, yeah. So here's something to think about too, and I'm not targeting you directly, but if I take a position, right? If you're going to take something that I'm doing, I'm trading Facebook above the highs, um, and you don't do what I'm doing, then you're deviating from, you're essentially putting yourself out there to have to operate on your own when if you're new, it's that is why most people don't last even in signal groups because they try and take over. If you're going to follow me, there is, I'm not always, obviously, I'm a human and I'm not always right, but I do things for a reason, and that's why. And I'm just saying this because I want you guys to know, like when I say that I'm going to cut something and I'm going to leave, the hedge, or I'm going to flip it to the upside. I'm doing that because I've been here before. I've been in this situation before where I've entered a position that looked good today, but it wasn't quite sure, due to where it was at on the chart, if it was going to immediately do what I wanted to. And I remember mentioning very clearly last night, about PayPal having the opportunity to run up to 85.50, due to the fact that it was at a potential support, and that's exactly what you're seeing right now. So my mic quality went down. It did. Is it better now? Drink water. What happened? Or what happened? And I remember mentioning very. I'm trying to. What? Oh my God. Damn, it did sound like I was dying. Okay, well, better. Anybody in Facebook with ya boy? It says because it sounds like tooth missing. Sounds like you had a lisp. Am I drunk? That's messed up. What are the chances of Facebook hitting 195? Better. Definitely better. We're at the 50% mark of the gap, which is 193.90. We're struggling, for sure. Um, Here's what I can say for sure is that we're losing volume on the way up. So if you are in weeklies, I would be out or be in a runner. Or I'm just telling you right now that as soon as that thing wicks down, you're back to zero immediately. And I'm looking for resistance right now because it is so weak. I am looking for resistance at the moment. So all right, I see what looks like Nvidia is starting to build up. So this is likely. I think we're going to build a. We're going to do what I said. I think we're going to go green to red, everybody, on a few stocks, not everything. PayPal, if you're in PayPal to the upside, still 84.24 is the next level to the upside. If you're in PayPal calls, awesome, awesome, that's wonderful. If you're in PayPal calls, that's great. You're doing. Yeah, I'll watch it for you. So, should we set up some puts? Not until we see a reason to. Zoom is still looking pretty decent, weak to the downside. I hope that well, here I go. I shouldn't have it's a bad word. I would like to see Facebook, which I really feel like we're going to see a pullback here soon, but I'd like to just see it go ahead and just shoot up and fill the gap. That way I could just get out. But if you're in profits and you're happy with your profits, I would highly recommend to take profit and congratulate you if you're in weeklies. If you are in next week's expiration and you have multiple strikes, be free and take take some profit off the table. You are doing proper analysis on the market. We are weak, which means that just a little bit of push down and we're back to zero. So, what do I think of DWAC? How do I see Roblox? I'll take a look at it in a minute. All right, yeah. What are you looking at? You looking at puts for today? I wouldn't say that puts for today are the move, but I can give you the setup here on the daily Turtlicious. There's your setup. Perfect. Nice and nice and consolidated. That's a position that I would take long. So what I see right now is I see a DWAC stock that is there's that pullback, damn it. You just hit 194. So if you're in Facebook, DWAC is overvalued as hell. They shouldn't be at $40. Look, they have nothing to show. They have nothing to show. This is a stock that goes back down to 20. But here's the thing: you need time, right? And you also don't have a clear road quite yet. The way, okay, so this is how I plan things. And so let's say DWAC goes up first. That's good if I'm bearish because I want to go and hit resistance first before moving down. And so with DWAC, I would anticipate a move up to 48.50, and or you could move down lower to $40.10. But I would wait because I don't see a clear entry yet. If somebody else is entering them, that's fine. Are you in anything? Short Nvidia? Why? What are you shorting? Wow. Damn, PayPal. Your bear days are over for a while. It's exactly what they want you to think, dude. Give me a reason why we should be moving to the upside. One viable reason why the market should be moving to the upside. For good. Or we should not be in a bear market. You know, we have one more quarter and we'll be in a recession if we have negative if we're negative again. So all the non-inflation that we don't have. Yeah. I got into Roku puts on accident because of my cat. I'll buy it. Stop worrying about the gains, Turtlicious. It's about execution. If you can execute with $100+ you can execute with, you know, it's about the mechanics and the execution, being able to handle your emotions. JD is rejecting 5260 or 5250. This is the area it's being held down under. If you break back above it, watch for a retest of around 5283. And above that, you might see a run back up. If you are in Facebook with me, doing a good job. Good job. If you're in PayPal, ooh. If you're in Rivian, also, ooh, not ooh woo. Trading on a small account with stop losses so tight is really tough. So here, I don't know if anybody read the ultra long post that I posted in um, announcements, but I talked about the fact that like strategies aren't always going to work. Knowing what a trending market is and what a consolidating or choppy market is. If it's choppy or not trending, then what does that say to you? You should not be trading until the market is giving more high probability moves. So that being said, it's better to take advantage of the trend and then sit on the sideline. So like a lot of the time, like, we're gonna go to 85 on PayPal. Holy shit, dude! I called that. I think I'm still right about going back down. I'm certain we'll see a PayPal around 75, but 85.50 looks like the next level to the upside here. If you're in anybody in Facebook still, you're going. Costco's about to bounce. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I think that we're gonna fill this gap. So, if you did anybody add that weekly with me? Anybody have the? I added a weekly. Anybody have that? How many people bought weeklies and not the next week's? I feel like there's a lot of people in weeklies. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Tisk tisk. Good target for Facebook. 194.85. Be patient, my friend. Or be patient. Wow, okay. I quit. Be patient. Look at NVIDIA on the 5 minute. Oh yeah, you're getting decayed. NVIDIA is holding a divergence from the market. That looks like the rising wedge that I was talking about. But I think you have one more cycle in there. So watch for a bounce on NVIDIA at 140, 184.46 right there. 145 or 184.45. And then watch for another push up, maybe 187.50. Oof. Yes. I mean, holy cannoli. Holy cannoli is right. Um, yeah, man. I would have done that already. Or been in something to the upside. You bought at the top. Okay, not as bad. Um, still hedgeable, but yeah. All right. 194.14 on Facebook, making our way uptown, walking fast. Basis pass. Tindy bound. I can't help it. Still a one Apple call looking to get to that 148.85. Bet. Q's right on the money. Next target, if it does hold above this and we continue to rip, is 308.50. If you are in Facebook and weeklies, please do me a favor. Maybe take a little bit of profit. Do you know what a high probability trade is, Turtlicious? Here's how it feels, okay? And I'm doing my best, like I'm not being judgmental. I'm just absorbing the information that you've given me. It feels like and we've talked about this, like, and we'll talk about it more, but like you have a reason to want to do this, right? You have a real reason, and like I said, that's a double-edged sword. It can be your best friend or your worst enemy, but I think that there's a bit of rushing that may have been done in the beginning, where you may have been taking signals and doing all of that stuff. I think I do some, but oh, so you don't know what okay, so that's what you need to do is we need to find out what is a high probability trade. Yes, I'm holding Baba. Of course. I'm with you. Um, you cut losses too early. AMD is probably mirroring. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Short AMD soon. I feel like AMD either squeezes out and breaks, which is above 101.50, or watch this thing as it loses $100.50. So anyway, what I was saying, man, is you may have been in that situation where you got in really quickly, and you were trying to make it all happen really really quickly because you needed it to. But that's the double-edged sword of it is that sometimes it doesn't matter. The market doesn't care what we have going on or how hard things or whatever it is. The market does not care. It is heartless. So we have to prepare for it, not the other way around. And so it may be just a thing of slowing down, and the market is mean. That's why we make rules. That's why we go into it with protection, with plans. So um, yeah. So the scalping thing, the quick gain thing, like you got to wipe that. It's got to be wiped from your brain. Like there is the first time beginner's luck and sometimes the big random gains that we'll have, and those will set us off on like a downward spiral, especially in the beginning. And it's one of the main reasons why I urge people to consider if you have a big gain. I've told people this story, like 56 grand, in just a second. And I could have thrown up, when it halted and pulled back. I made that off of a minimal investment, and making that amount of money that quick just could have almost ruined my shit. It made life trading really hard because everything, yeah. It just kind of like messed me up. I started trying, I pulled the big bat out for everything, and, but it was a plan that I planned for, we had speculated on, and, it happened lightning fast. And it was just euphoria, and everything. But then it was the amount of emotional stuff that I went through. I made more than that on the position, right? The position went up way farther, but then when it got halted and went back down, I lost 100, I think like $28,000 on that position. I didn't lose anything. I put like $700 into this shit. So like, yeah. Short PayPal now. Be careful. Don't. So you're seeing weakness. What you're seeing is weakness, but it's not there yet. Watch 85.50. AMD is now breaking to the upside. So watch 102.50. So you did not reject. You ended up breaking to the upside here. So, but just to kind of close that statement out, like we all make mistakes. We all have a reason for being here. But we all still have to create a plan and rules and sometimes stop and slow down And that's one of the reasons why, I'd love to, in the future, like, if I am out that way, I'd love to meet with you, or, and other individuals as well. But like, for that reason, is because like there's also just a mentality too that you have. You do not have the winning mentality that you need to have. And I'm not talking about like, those scammer dudes who are like, be your own boss, and everybody's yelling in an auditorium about being a CEO, but knowing that you're going into something and the goal is to succeed, and that's what you're focused on. There's that there's going to be things that are going to run into that you're going to run into that are going to be hard. That the market is going to present difficult situations. Life is going to present difficult situations. But you can focus on those things and bring yourself more anxiety, or you can just accept that that's going to happen. And for me, I just dig in my heels, man, because like shit has not been easy. Even just the transfer from, I was homeless, on my own, 17 years old. Like that movement from survival mode to having hundreds, of dollars in seconds, and then, thousands of dollars in months. And then, that was, I didn't know what to do with myself. Just having that in my account. So, Dim is always here. She's just lurking. She's a lurker now. She's so OG that she's a lurker. Yup. Dim has literally been with us since damn near day one. So, and yeah, I remember Dim and us talking about your 100K day. She had the greatest day ever, and it was one of those things where struggles happened after that, because the mindset and the rules and the bad ones. I always find it so interesting that it's just like life. It's just like the monumental gains can be blinding, and the monumental losses can be blinding. And so finding a happy medium. So we celebrate those gains, but we also, because they happen and we want them to happen, we want to take advantage of these type of situations, but we also don't want to tip the scale in either direction. So bullish on Potter. Hey, thanks, brother. Potter leaps. Thank you, SR. I gotta tip you off to a book that I got it right here next to me, SR, that book. But I gotta tip you guys off to this book that I have right now, that I flip through periodically. If you're in Rivian right now, by the way, or in Facebook, smell money, and I'm gonna take it. So congratulations. Slow, boring move to the upside, but the gap is about to be filled. If you want to wait for 194.85, you're welcome to do so. But I'm gonna call it. So congrats. Good trade. How is Zoom so it's holding the divergence. So if you're seeing something do what it's doing right now, it's either A, holding a divergence, or people are being squeezed out. So above 109, that's where we see Zoom maybe go higher, which doesn't seem likely. But when the market pulls back, then you'll see it. I remember bagging 75K one day in 15 minutes, and it messed me up completely. So, and those are unique situations, right? Nobody prepares you for those. It is a now the battlefield is cleared, and it's just you and yourself. Like you got to figure out like how to put some of this stuff away in your mind, or care. Like I'll be honest with you guys, like I haven't changed much about how I live. I live in a relatively small house, regular neighborhood. Like I have not like invested, like my stuff in my house is nice. I love, like I constantly am working on my house, and like that's what I love doing. But like I haven't changed anything for that reason, because I just keep it moving. Like my life is not supposed to, like my life is supposed to be better, and I didn't have goals like fancy cars, and like that's just not, I'm not into that stuff. Not if you are, that's fine, but that's just not what I wanted. So, for me, like I'm not in the place where I can switch lifestyles, so I'm not gonna switch mindsets. I'm still hungry for it, and I hide money from myself because I had my grandma could tell you from like the age of 3, dude. She gave me a quarter, and I had to find something to spend it on. At the store, I was trying to leverage my quarter. Well, what if are you going to give me a quarter next time, and then I could just use that next quarter that you give me next time to buy this 50 cent. So, yeah, I had a lot to learn there. So make your gains tangible. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah, make your gains. Stay. Don't let these other people's because most of the dudes driving Lambos off of. I promise you, they don't have one investment. They're not just into trading. This is a tool of leverage that oftentimes trends in certain directions that are not accessible to your everyday trader. So, or to somebody who has a specific strategy. So, knowing when you're being tagged in and when you're being tagged out is important. Gee, this could be you being most proud of you. My Reds this week have only been one dumb swing and 3 after-hour earnings plays. I finally see they are not worth doing as a strategy. There are certain, and I will say, so think about it this way: you have to think about the earnings that you're going into, right? The last earnings, like okay, so let's say we run up, right, and we hold the green for a while until we get back into earnings. That's where you would think, okay, well, things got worse, inflation got worse, like things are more expensive still, then these companies are obviously, that's where you come in, right? But when we're already beaten down so much, sometimes these things are already priced in. And that's why the moves aren't as substantial. Costco is a great example. Costco already had an earnings dump. Done for the day. Have a good weekend all. Dim, you gonna jump on the podcast if we do a podcast? You're gonna be a guest, chat mom. You could be anonymous. We'll do like the face blurs and we'll deepen your voice. You know, like a criminal. Hey, that's not a bad. The Pottercast. Damn, that's some witness protection stuff. No, I haven't, but I'm thinking about doing that now. If you guys want to go ahead and TP Rivian Hedge, I think this is a good time to do so. Sorry, I was caught up a little bit in talking. So, but yes, this is off probably a great time to TP Rivian. So, everyone wears the bull or bear mask. I got half on. I got both on, half off. Do I think PayPal has ended its move? No, I am sort of feeling like there might be an 85.50 push. I feel like we might get one more to the upside. Let me go look at the cues. We could just sit here. I mean, dead ass. We could just sit here. Look at the yellow line right here on my chart, 15. So we're right there. We're at yeah, wait, analysis finished, Now this is literally what happened last time. Like literally. We ripped let's study this. This is a really interesting setup here. And we're actually gonna do this. Oh shit. What did I just do? Oh, there we go. We're gonna do this. All right, so any upside positions I am out of. PayPal's out, Facebook's out, Rivian's out. Good job if you took those today. If you stuck with your stop loss, et cetera, et cetera. The day is not done, and there could be a great opportunity for swings going into next week. I think they'll be risky, but nonetheless, we'll go over some of those setups towards the end of the day. But um, PayPal is looking shady, but give it a minute. By the way, Baba has a 5-minute bear flag. Let that thing marinate. All right. I ain't never scared. Turtlicious, dude. I just want to shake you, dude. I want you to win, man. But I feel like you need a break. I feel like you need a break. I really do, man. I feel like that mindset that you're in, you need to come back. You need to come back, dude, and you need to come back ready. And I don't mean like a month or 2 months or a year. It might just be a week that you need. It might just be 2 weeks. But the thing that I see, right? You know how like you listen to somebody talk over, and we don't see it. I don't, I don't see the things that I say unless I do listen to myself on live streams because like I have to edit them and stuff like that. But um like we don't always have the opportunity to hear ourselves. And from somebody who cares, I feel that there's an expectation to fail. It is hard to take breaks, but that shows discipline. That's often the first step, Turtlicious. Because if you have the discipline to stop, you're going to have the discipline to. That's this first step. Like making your bed, right? I got to go make my bed. But making your bed, those little simple things, like it may not seem like the right step right now, but look at the big picture, right? But that's because you're trying to start on a weak foundation. It's hard to lift when you're already weak. You know what I mean? You have to take that time and slow down. Okay, Jacob. What is that? Is it a movie quote or something? What is Jacob? Or is that a stock? I'm lost. But Jacob Wilnick. Oh damn, I know that guy. That guy looks like he bites through steel beams, dude. Yeah, yeah. I've listened to a podcast of his. I forgot his name. Yeah, he's hardcore, man. Yo, look at Snapchat. Small account. Hey, small accounts. Look at that bad boy. Thing's kind of looking a little bit yucky. Yeah, we'll do some. That's your beacon of discipline. I'm not trying to make thousands a day. I'm trying to make it $10 a day at least. But be realistic. What is that? I mean, if you're long-term investing, that's a great target. But if you're day trading, I mean, not to. I would say mechanics. You shouldn't be. You should be looking for execution, not dollar amounts. You should be looking to execute the trade. That's it. It's not. You'll hear me say it. Don't look at your contract. I didn't look at Facebook's contracts until it hit my target. It's that simple for me. Is like so here look underneath all of this is an amateur trader, right? Who just made a lot of rules and a lot of guidelines because shit doesn't change. I still do this. I still have temptations to do the same things. I still feel the same panic. I still feel like my heart race and I sweat and like nothing's changed. I just have those rules that have hammered into my mind like over and over again by having the discipline to like and the willingness to just be wrong and like I know I'm gonna be wrong, like just give it to me, um Baba Divergence. Yeah, I would say so. But anyway, enough ranting. But I just want you to know that um I care, so I want you to win. But I want you to start taking the steps that you might need to take, even if you don't want to. Even if you just want to, like, hang out and chat, but you need to put that app, like, delete the app, right? Delete the app that you're getting into. Don't, like, close the browser, delete the cookies, and set a timer for a week and learn how to sit out, you know? Oftentimes the greatest lessons are learned on the sidelines, after we screwed up. Gives us time. All right. So you were asking me to look at Nvidia and Costco. Let's do it. Oh, oh no, our table is broken. All right, so I can tell you right now that whatever's about to happen hasn't. Yeah, yeah, facts. So I can tell you right now that is PayPal on the way to the pooper? I don't think so. Let me go look at it. Hold on. Not yet. 8350 candle close below that. Yeah. Yeah, but you could definitely still consolidate for the rest of the day right here. You have a perfect range to do so. So really quickly, PayPal, 15-minute time frame. Why is T-Mobile calling me? Oh shit, I forgot to change my card back over. They're probably like, "Hey yo." Nah, that's not right. Okay, so anytime I see like a big mouth like this, and that's kind of how I define it, I don't see it quite yet, but oftentimes that's going to set you up for something, some type of consolidation. Now, I can't call it right now because it just started, and it just set that range. So until it breaks that range, and the range is literally 157 and 175 or 475, excuse me, you've lost 50% of that. If you move down from here on Costco's 464 and 462.24, you have the pivot at 460 and support around, depending on the timing, around 459.50. So hold on one second. And when I get back, I got one more thing to say, and then I'm done ranting. All right. So let me also just throw this out there, um, because maybe I just haven't said it enough. Um, Before I ever posted ideas, before when I was doing this on my own, I I cried in front of my computer out of frustration because my life sucked. Things sucked. There's no way to sugarcoat it, and I was trying to do the impossible, and I was driving myself to do it, and I was staying up 13, 14, 15 hours a day, not sleeping, waking up, sleeping next to on the floor next to my computer. I was hungry for it. And so what I did is where most people walk through a door, I launched my body through a cannon through the door. And essentially just the only thing that saved me from never coming back is that I never put enough out there for me to stop. I never put enough money into it for me to keep myself from stopping. I realized really quickly that I mean, I know that I'm hard headed. And so I realized real quickly this is just going to be one of those, like, it's going to be a rugby game, except for you're a one man team, like it's going to be rough. You're going to go through, and I felt that, like, at my first account, oh man, I thought I was genius and it ruined my life, like for the next, like, few months. I thought I was, I was like, damn, this shit's easy. 600 on Disney in the morning. Like, I still remember the exact plays that, like, caused me to, like, lose my my mind. Not really, but, like, I was like thinking things that, trying to come to conclusions. Like, oh man, no, this is all you have to do is do this. And then as soon as the market changed, just a fragment, that was it. I was out. So here's what you can look forward to. If you stop, right? And I said all that, to just let you know that if anybody tells you they didn't have a hard time in the beginning of this, like, they're lying. You either fail smart or you fail stupid, And so if you're going to fail, which you are going to fail, like unless you're a savant, um, you're probably going to fail a few times. So if that's the case, you know, be patient with yourself. Be motivated. You don't want to just accept every loss as like, well, whatever. But like, be motivated to come back and win. But also don't put enough out there to uh, give you debilitating emotional losses. So come up with a plan to take a break. So as long as you do not make the same mistakes, you learn. You are ahead of the game. You are. You are. And listening to other people. Listen to other people. Like even the people who are making mistakes, they're teaching you constantly. So if you're into my friends do commissions for furries, apparently pay top dollar for the request. You know, I hate that I know about that, but I actually I don't know how to draw, but I did see that in a hustle post. So I can't believe I read that aloud. But you could do that. You could. We will judge you. No, stop. No, absolutely not, dude. I went to a VR chat room and they had like, nope. I deleted the app within microseconds. I was out. All they saw was my little. I was dressed as a I think it was like a piece of toast or something like that. And yeah, if you don't know what that means, just continue living your life in peace and innocence. How long do you think PayPal will dip? So I'm concerned about 5 minute candle closes. Right now you're slamming into support. Oh, this song was so good. I love this one. Dude, you play VR chat for the first time you get it. Yeah, it was not okay. I was like, wow, this is like the dark web, but in real life. So, but we've gone on some really weird topics today. 8250 if we're bearish. And really, I mean, as it's falling, you can consider taking a position. It is losing that 8350 support I talked about. But if you look at the 15 minutes, that's where I'm most concerned. The 9-day moving average is at 8250. All right, Tesla. Science at Potter confirmed furry. Shut. If you can't beat them, join them. I'm pretty sure I could defeat multiple of them at once on a battlefield, and I will fight. No. Yes, I think that Tesla will see a pullback today. If you look at the hourly candle, this is going to probably close maybe near a hammer, where you'll see a pullback to around 744. So your persona in a toe skin? Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, dude, but sounds like you know a lot more than me, dog. This is go this is going too far. So, new members are like, okay, where's the cancel subscriptions? I use TradeStation. TradeStation. I always think of the PlayStation. Um, oh, look at that. It's doing what I thought. Yeah, so 5 minute traders are like bull flag. Oh my god! By the 15 minute, yeah, hourly, clear as day. So we hit resistance, y'all. Look at Baba. Catch me outside. How about that? I might have to grab another $90 put right now. Don't at me. What does that even mean? Gee, the podcast needs to be Clay Nation, where Potter molds his clay. If I did that, then the whole podcast would be done in claymation. Like I would have the whole like I would have a animator. That would cost so much money. Whoops, that looks just like Weeble. Nah, this is Trading View. So look at the candle, guys. Look at that higher time frame coming in there and talking, telling you where things are gonna go. That looks a lot better. And then you got the pivot right here at 745. So below 745, I would watch for another leg down. 742.55, 742.25, excuse me, and 739.33. PayPal is pulling back hard now, is well below that level. If you did take a put at 83.50, that was the level that I said, you a fool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna take another Baba put right now. Little 90. I'm gonna add to it here. If you're in a Baba with me into the debauchery, you're welcome to rejoin here. The water is lukewarm. Yeah, I'm gonna take another one here. CAW Hunter's Dream next 20x, same creator as Doge and Shiba. Absolutely not. Nope, you can it's called Caw. That's for the crows. Damn, that didn't ding like I wanted it to. Can you just do JD instead? All right. Here, look at this chart. See that yellow line right there? If JD loses that level, you're bearish and yes. You get in right now, you're going against the grain, technically. I might be getting in a little bit early on Baba, but Gucci. Otter got bars today. That's because I took my liver. I took I did a simulated hunt this morning with my kettlebell. I picked it up in the living room and put it in my closet. No, I took I did get my shipment of lion's mane and all those other funky mushrooms, cordyceps and stuff like that. So I made my brain smoothie this morning. Um, Feeling real intelligent right now. Ask me to spell anything. I got you. Pronunciate it. Where's Hunt? Acting real quiet today. $90 put on Baba. $90. You can go out next week on Baba if you want. I'm gonna probably just add next week's. Um,
At
um,
least driving until unlocking, we get what's going to be trained with the food prices.
do I notice any clarity on Lion's Bane? Yes, I do. Taking ayahuasca. We can talk about it another day. I made it. Long time ago. Can I get this on Baba? Can I get this on what do you mean? Can you get what on Baba? Onomatopoeia? Wife calls right as Amazon blows through stop loss. Oh, dude. Oof. People are gonna chase puts on Amazon, and Amazon's about to go and bounce at 222.50. I don't have a Baba hedge. There is no Baba hedge yet. Baba hedges come in at the end of the day when we're planning on swinging this. Am I live on anything else? Yes, I'm always live on YouTube. And if you are here on TikTok and you want to obviously see my screen a little bit better, audio is going to be a little bit better. You're welcome to join there. So I don't have a promo code for TradeStation. I'm watching while I drive and I'm dying this live. Oh, sorry. I need your help, dude. I totally relating to what you said. I'm still lost so many people to go telling because I have little money and don't know where to go, and I just want to make my last check for a long count and keep counting. I would nice. Oh, Chris, nice. We had two Chris's, both in the same situation. So I was talking to both of you. Okay, somebody's been asking me to check out DBN for like 9 hours. I apologize. I just saw that request. I will be booking a ticket. Don't tell Manny. I might have to go to California first. This man's gonna really get mad at me if I go to California first. Damn it! I was gonna go to Miami, but if there's anybody in the area, I would want to trade with me. I'll deposit whatever you got in your account into mine, and then we'll just trade together, or we'll find a cafe. I don't know what do they have in California? Huts. What do they got out there? Skyscrapers and huts. The little hippie. If you come to LA, I'd be down. I saw a picture of some like food court in LA. It was like a hut. There was like huts out there. I was like, damn. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be in Peru. I would go. Where am I going? Probably in the LA area. Probably stay for about till Wednesday. I'll be there on the weekend. I can't hang out on the weekends though. On the weekend though. There's lots of stuff to do out there. Yeah, I have a lot of friends in the hold on. Hold on. Anthony, are you here? I'll keep it on the DL, but like I'm about to go look at some really cool VR stuff that is and like new tech that's happening out there. I have some friends who work in the film industry business for Disney and Netflix and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, take a break. It's turtlicious, man. Take a break. Should you close the Baba Put? I've been in nearly 3 minutes. Are you are you serious? Are you asking me? Are you for cereal right now, IG? Listen, Baba can bounce right back up and go up to 93.32, and I wouldn't flinch. All right, you're joking? Okay, cool. That was such a good joke. I couldn't even I didn't know if it was a joke. I was scared. I was scared for you. All right. All right, so obviously we got a resistance that Devin's been trying to reach out to. There's there you go. So it still looks like you got a 76.24 target on that one. Um, so here's a little something for those struggling. When COVID hit, I lost my home, my family business, sold almost everything. I owned an RV, bought an RV, moved my family into it. We had a big home in California. One in Texas, and no two. Felt like I failed my family. Yeah, man. I found this is what started learning options 6 months ago. Started out well, got lucky with some good games, like all the other new traders make mistakes. Lost almost my whole account in a couple of days. I stepped back, spent yeah, there you go. I spent I stepped back, spent even more time studying, watching Potter Stocks, Bidwhacker, Big Stepper, and others. They've all taught me so much. Forever grateful. Now I'm average daily what I originally started my account with. Wow. Damn, dude. My point is to take time to find your mistakes, fix them, and break the cycle. It took me a bit to figure out I am okay. Learn to cut those losses, especially on a small account. Take the green when you have it. Will compound. That's beautifully said, man. I wish I might have to copy and paste that into the somewhere for people to read. Y'all don't don't worry about Baba right now. Just wait. Here, let me show you Baba right after I do Facebook. What are you thinking right now, John? What are you in? You got to be in something, right? Or you're not in. You're thinking about it though. You're just thinking the black glitter next week. I got you. I'm just messing with you. Back. So using yesterday's highs, I'm messing with you, man. I was trying to pronounce the Biaut Kalala. Um, sorry, it's the lion's mane. 92.77. That's where you could look at possibly taking another call. Now I would want to see a candle close. So visualize with this with me. So if this candle bounces that 9-day moving average, we need to get above it. We are seeing a loss of momentum and a loss of volume. This volume dissipation happened on the uptrend, and then we did see a spike in volume on this leg down. So either Facebook below 191.17, and you're going to go back down to 190, where you could fall to your pivot at 189, or 50% bounce right there, 172.77. And I would venture to guess that you have one. So there's going to be a couple of levels to watch. It's going to be. Why are you pulling in my driveway? Who are you? Hold on. Why are you pulling my driveway, buddy? All right, sorry. Getting sketched out. Anyway, 192.77 is where I would watch for that reversal to take place, because this is technically a small little 15-minute channel that's formed here, and you could see a third little wave up there. So otherwise, I think it's pretty easy to see that if Facebook can't hold this level right here, 191.50 and the 191 even, that you're probably going to pull back. So how is Zoom? 12 people? Monkeypox. Didn't the Simpsons do an episode on monkeypox? I'm almost like 100% sure I saw an episode of monkeypox. Zoom. Okay, so Zoom is just buying time. That's it. Zoom is just buying time. I believe that it's holding its divergence. It's holding its bearishness. But I would say 108. You move back up above 108 and 108.60. Probably got a double bottom off of that, and you might see an upside move off of Zoom. And if you do, I don't find it realistic, because I just don't think that the stock should be going up. Period. It's a boo-boo stock, but if it does go 112, so BLO over 130, you know it. This aged well. Is it some dry aged ribeye? Oh my god, dude, look at you, Rolly, crushing it, man. So given a 15-minute candle close on these levels, yes, but the one thing to sprinkle in there is volume, right? Now we are operating on relatively low volume, but and kind of like bleed up type of energy. But so almost just to ignore the breakout today and look at yesterday's high. This is where that wall is, and they failed to hold it on the retest. And so since you're going back up, you're going to want to re-break that same exact level, 192.80, 192, and really a candle close just 50% of this previous candle is good for me, which would be right around that mark. So what is that blue and yellow? This is a volume profile. So each price, right? Just where this tells you volume by period, this tells you volume by price, right? So the volume in this data set, right? So between May 25th and now, the point of control is currently at 192, right? That is where the highest volume resides. And so they call it incoming and leaving volume. All right, so I'm going to show you Baba in just a second. Departing but essentially it's just sellers and buyers. That's all that means. Really quick, I want you guys to look at Baba with me. I know some of you guys are looking at this candle and freaking out. So check it out. Give it a second. All right. 1, 2, 3. If you don't feel comfortable, go ahead and skedaddle. But if you're cool with it and it's got a gap, it could rip to the upside. I could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, I'll cut. I'm not gonna cut the 90. I'm gonna hold on to it. But I'll just dip out and take it to the upside, I guess. 94.32. There's room for profit there. You could aim for 94. Anywhere above. Let's see what's pre-market highs here. Yeah, I still think this is holding like a bear flag type energy. It looks like boo-boo. If you're day trading Baba or scalping Baba, obviously you can leave. But if you're gonna be, I might actually swing this. So I like that it's so all stocks have moved up. Okay, almost everything has moved to the upside, and Baba did not. Baba was holding a divergence. A lot of stocks right now did not go up, but they just stayed in range inside of their either A, where Zoom has a bearish rising wedge. But if the market's going up, a lot of times it's not going to be easy to go down. And so that's what you're going to see. So Baba, I think, is just holding for now. So if you don't want to, if you feel uncomfortable, this is testing your patience or your risk management, go ahead and cut. If you feel that this is, and there's again multiple different situations here that you could do. You could grab a out of the money call for this week, maybe a couple strikes. Let's see what Baba is looking like for 0 days. Because I'm looking at swinging this. So you could grab a $94 call. You could grab 2 or 3 of those right now and hedge yourself if you feel if that's what's going to make you feel comfortable. And the target. So if you grab 2 or 3 of them, you could look at a target of 93.20. That would be the first place with volume. I'll grab a few of those with you. All right, those are at $38 right now. I would set a stop loss on those at 92.76 because if you lose that 9 again, you're down. And just hedge yourself if you want to. If you want to play this, and I'm playing long, so. And again, if I'm wrong, and I'll take my small little L, leave my $90 put, and then just go from there. So.
Financial Times out with a report on
Thank you, Rick Simpson, man.
you could put against monkeypox.
Phonetic. Nice. As a result.
Week would be for Seagate Technologies antiviral, the Copramat, or Topaz.
Spit it out.
Barbarian Nordic smallpox vaccine.
Don't panic while the pattern is building. I would love to see everything tap resistance right now. So look at PayPal. PayPal just bounced and went for a retest and tapped the 9-day moving average. So let's see if we get a rejection. All right, Bob was there, 93.30. If anybody did grab those little cheap calls, they were worth $38. They're worth 47 now. And we can either trim a few of them off, or we can cut them at our stop loss. I would say anywhere below 92.85 now. I wouldn't even wait. So, falling wedge pattern's complete though. Rising wedge. I'll look at NVIDIA in just a second. I'm kind of a little bit. Oh shit, there it goes. Below 183.60. I have a feeling NVIDIA is not done quite yet on this bull run here. There we go. So maybe one more tap of 185 before you leave, and that would actually set you up with a bear flag. There you go. So maybe watch for a little retest, 185, and then a pullback, I mean, you could break from here. You could above 185. Obviously, I would say 185.65 right here off this wick, 185.85. Here, I'll just move this down. Oh, never mind. Right there. So watch for NVIDIA to bounce up and hit 185 really quickly, possibly. So, can I go over BABA? Yeah. Watching it right now. It's still inside the gates. It's fine. I have those hedges. So if you have those hedges with me, you can add to them. They're cheap. You could grab a 95 if you wanted to. If you don't want to grab those, if you just grab those hedges with me on BABA, they were worth 38 bucks. They're now worth 50 bucks. If you grabbed multiple of them, again, you can trim out and reduce a little bit of risk. So this is where we're at on the hourly for BABA. We're currently up against the 9-day moving average, which matches that trend that I was talking about earlier. This does have the semblance of a bull flag, but the reason that I'm short against the grain is because as everything else moved up, BABA failed to do anything. What the fuck? Time is it 11 already? Damn. Yeah, let me look at Facebook. Oh, very good. Weaker candles, and look what you tested. Look where that candle pops off of 193.35, 193.45, somewhere in that range. So that little uptrend right there, or excuse me, that little 193.50 area. If you get two little weak candles here and nothing else, and it's just weak, easily shorted, easily brought back down, and I would consider watching downside. If it does not, and you continue holding these, what I would consider to be weak candles, and you do not break this whole ribbon indicator too, as well, which is where you're at, I would venture, I would say downside. So you're at almost like 50. So off of this dump, you're at like 50% of that dump. So to recover it and head back up and go to 195.26, you would need to go ahead and break here. Aquatic car. All right. Moment of truth here for BABA. If you're in damn BlackBerry, if you're in BABA with me, we're watching this setup right now. What we are seeing is valid. I can definitely see that somebody else sees that as well. Immediate rejection, but let's see if it holds up. Resistance for BABA is at $94. If we break above this wick right now, which is going to be 93.50. If we break above it, I'm holding the $90 put for the original one from yesterday, not today. That's next week's. I'll go ahead and cut it, and I'll let those weeklies run into that gap and hit resistance, and then I'll reposition myself from there. Or obviously, I'll do my analysis from there. But right now, we're okay. Right now, we're good. So I don't panic until it broke. I do have weekly calls. I grabbed $94 calls at $38, and they're worth for $53. So I grabbed three of them. So I've hedged myself perfectly. I'm playing long, so I hope everybody's understanding this is not even a day trade. I'm looking for a setup to play out on Baba and continue the downside. I see a divergence, so Rick Simpson, do you mind if I like put that in like the testimonial pages or something like that, brother? Definitely want to save that for somebody else to read. All right, looking like you don't mind? Okay, cool. Yes, I grabbed calls on Baba. I feel like I haven't cut them. The candles need to close. Oh, Tesla life savings. Why do you do this? Are you green on? Oh, didn't you tell me that you had like a what's your average? Like 250? I hate when people tell me they have their whole life savings in there. So, would you say it's easier to trade when you're over PDT? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does. Having a cash account's great, so that way you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Um, you just spend what you got. But alrighty, this is looks like Baba opened the candles, pushing new highs. So watch for Baba to maybe give you I'm gonna watch this candle right here. The only reason that I'm watching it just to see where it closes is because I'm not 100% on this like resistance being clean. There we go. I have a $90 put for last week and a $94 call for this week on Baba right now. And I took the put down here and then I took the calls as we started moving to the upside. And those were at $38. They're now at 53, and I grabbed multiple of them. So I've hedged myself perfectly. And I'm just waiting. So if we break this 200 day, we're done. Are you talking about Baba? What time frame? Oh, got you. Oh yeah, definitely. I have a what I'm suspecting to be a downtrend at 94. So you might catch me in another short at 94. Wedges are notorious for extending themselves, and I can see that happening here 100%. This is a wedge bottom, and a lot of the times the hardest part is once you have one of those established, it is finding the other. So you're down for 10%. That's are you hedging yourself with me, Cater? Good to see you again, by the way, man. You don't? Okay, no problem. To each their own. Yeah, whatever works, man. I still see this as a pullback play here shortly, so we'll see. I bet you if I go to the bathroom, it'll pull back. We'll see if the bathroom index works. All right, you guys got my stop. I'll be right back. Give me about 3 seconds.
ERPN, Woodbine 13D filing. RPG Flight Management reporting a stake of 9.9%. That's Golf Romeo Papa November ERPN. Shares of Groupon spiking to $16.48. Down up about 4%. That's Golf Romeo Papa November ERPN. Saying Tesla merchandise can be what the Doge and
Right on that 9. Damn, this is going to take forever.
CUK Carnival inside by director of 100,000 shares each. 4 filings on CCL.
Come to Ohio. I've never been to Ohio.
Stock CCL and CUK insider by director Charlie Lima Charlie Uniform Kilo.
All right. I'm still really well hedged. So I'm still waiting. Right here. All right, if you grab those NVIDIA calls or those BAVA calls, I'm going to take profit on 2 of those really quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the next week's put at this candle close. I have a strong feeling I'm not wrong. I just feel like I might be off. I very much see a rejection on Baba. Yeah, I still see it, but we'll see. If you're in with me and you're not in the same position, no, not for the 90%. No, the Echo, that gap is not filled. That gap is not filled. 93.34 is the candle close. I don't think I'm wrong. So there's no reason for me to cut yet, and being hedged as I am, I'll grab another put. So I pretty much just took no loss on that trade. And I still have my $90 put, which I am down on, but are lost on. Amazon gap fill today? No, I don't think so. I think I mean below 2250, and 2250 is huge. Huge. Look at that. So below that, but honestly, this looks like the beginning of a another larger rising wedge, which seems to be everywhere right now. But this one could actually go and see 23. Um, I don't know that for sure. Let me go look at pre-market. What does pre-market look like? Yeah, I would say that Amazon at the moment is showing a lot of weakness under the 9-day moving average, but not in any direction. So, Turtlicious, I was just waiting until the end of the day, man. You can cut on Baba if you want. I mean, I have not. Next week's contract, I did go ahead and cut. But if you're hedged, you're hedged. And right now, I have a mark, and I have my own mark, but 94.13. I'm gonna stick with that. Again, I think I'm just off on the number. I don't think I'm off on my analysis. So no, it's not. That is not a wash sale. That is absolutely heinous. No, it's not. That's not a wash sale. I would not be doing that if it was a wash sale. No, not with the options. No. Yeah, we'll certainly find out. Ninety-four 32. That's right where the gap fills. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my analysis here. I still have some runners on the call side. Watch for a rejection on Baba at 94.32 if we even make it that far. 4K and done for the day. Damn, Dave. Nasty. Am I live every day? Yeah. In Discord, yes. In on other platforms, yes, but also no. So, yeah, that's pretty double toppy. The only other thing that I always see people get faked out on is, and I don't really even see. I see this EMA. So you could have an ascending triangle. So that's one thing to consider. But yeah, you do have, if you were rejected here and fell, that would be a double top. What the hell? Squeeze your cheeks. Um, I don't like penny stocks, but dude, everything to each their own. I mean, and everybody does things. Some people only trade penny stocks, and they're profitable doing it because they built a strategy that works for them. I do not. It's not my thing. So I tried it, but and as far as like what what's best for you, man, try it out, see what's best. That's the only way. I can't tell you, with exact certainty. My God, dude, you have a lot of stuff going on in your chart.
Carbon tax, slim down build back and better build.
Handles. All right, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set a line on this. All right. That point of control, that yellow line right there, is basically where I will cut the 90. I still have calls. If you want to, you can grab them again if you want to grab a $95 call, grab like two of those or something, or two 95s is just equal to a 194. So, pick your poison. But I have the hedges still in hedged. Um, and I'll just wait. Right now, Baba's not scaring me. I'm not scared. I'm not worried about this at all. Yeah, I don't. It just looks fine to me. I think we're good. But again, I will find out. Below 90, 93, so 93. I'll add below 93. You could add safer below 92, because Baba will likely go back to $90. So I got 20 put 20. Dang, let's go. All right. Well, if you have that size, make sure that you're protecting yourself. By when? Oh, dude, I wish I could tell you when. Like when exactly? Uh, I don't know. Maybe by the end of the day. I don't have those kind of answers. I would say timing wise, I would say either A, by the end of the day, we see her dump. So in between now and then, you'll likely see somehow that gap get filled. And I'm almost positive because like, resistance here is a little bit shaky. Rising wedges are notorious for extending themselves. And I think that's what's happening right now. So I think we're just seeing an extension of the wedge, but hold on to those calls if you have them. So. I like the weekly $90 put. I think I'm gonna swing my put on Baba. So, but if it breaks above that line, you know, it is what it is. Spy put or not? Nope, not right now. There's nothing saying puts yet. Um, Tesla is mirroring S&P up against. It's just lagging. It looks like. There you go. Looks like it's got a little 5-minute ascending triangle, so you might see a pullback to. You could double top here, but you would want to see a bounce at 748 or 747. Yes, I'm waiting for Baba to either gap fill to the upside. It could call it quits here. I mean, it got close enough. I mean, it hit 94.12, so I'm gonna cut some calls here on Baba, but all right, well, this is slow and boring. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm gonna leave my stream running if you guys are on Discord. The price mark that this my stop loss is at is 94.32. That is the gap fill. The resistance there would likely be broken if we moved any higher. And I could just be wrong. I could just be wrong. But I'm prepared to be that. I'm prepared to be wrong. That's why I've taken my hedge. But I still see two support bounces, and I am expecting a third one. So I think I'm just in a little bit earlier. Apple. Apple is breaking up. It's sitting up against the wick. I've got a target of 148.64 on that one. There's a gap to fill on Apple at 149.29, and I think that might be where you're going. Maybe. And PayPal. Yeah, no problem. All right, everybody. I'm gonna leave Baba up on the stream. Y'all got it. I'll cut it when if it goes off. I'm gonna set the alert and go ahead and go for it. Perfect timing. Alrighty. Well, hopefully you guys had a good day. If I'll be back around Power Hour, just check it out. Remember, gap fill here. And if there's no volume, there's no trade. So take your time. I'm talking to the new ones, the people who can't hold on to their BP. Please don't take trades in the middle of the day. Okay. Please don't buy weeklies in the middle of the day. That is not you. You're breaking discipline. So make sure that you have a high probability setup and good expiration. So anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace. Netflix. Netflix looks like it's channeling down. Watch for a rejection soon. I don't know where that's going to happen. Let's look at the hourly. Hold on. Okay. Well, you haven't quite engulfed that candle, but if you can make it back up to 194, you have a reasonable chance of moving up to 196.50, so on and so forth. So remember Q's 308.50. Yeah, I would just say you're kind of like in the middle of a fight right now because you could end up dumping pretty hard down to 189 today. Yeah, actually looks pretty good. So I would say that if you do see a rejection and a pullback below 192.60, you could see for some downside there. So UPS. It looks like it just broke out of its channel. Probably about to go ahead to 183.37, fill that gap at 182. So, all right. I'll see y'all later. Peace.